What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades, and today we're just gonna do a video about crypto news. What news is going on in crypto right now that could either help bring the market back up or help to continue this pullback and put us into a bear market. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the stories in the news about crypto, and we're gonna see the state of crypto based on that. So let's go down here. First, we have this bit of news and why Bitcoin has tumbled today. Bitcoin and Ethereum prices tumble 5% after Evergrande and Kaija default in China. I talked about that, I think, for a second in my earlier video. I'm not 100% sure. I know I was talking about it earlier. I don't know if I put it in the video or not. That's the only thing. I think I did, though. But basically, this is FUD we didn't even need. China basically has already banned crypto. There's no mining. Basically, crypto is obsolete in China. So why does their housing market have anything to do with the price of crypto? Okay, anyway, but yeah, crypto's down today because of this. I think they just like to use news at certain strategic times to try to move the market, just like Elon Musk did before with his tweets. You know, the news media tries to do the same thing and to move the market. So, but I think that isn't going to work as well as they had hoped. I think, yeah, we did go down to 47, which was a pretty crucial level that we need to watch. And if we go much below that, then it could tumble us into a bear market and prolong this bull market. We'll have another 3-month-long bear market. I don't concede to that yet. Only if we go under 40,000 will I concede to that. But enough of the FUD, enough of the doubt, enough of the uncertainty, enough of the fear. Let's go over to here. This is good news for my favorite crypto and my biggest holding, besides Bitcoin, of course. Bitcoin's always my number one, but my favorite crypto, my favorite altcoin, the graph. Check this news out. Yes, and I'm holding a nice amount of it when this news came out. Yes. Semiotic AI receives a $60 million grant to develop the graph's ecosystem. Now we're going to go into this and we're going to watch and or read through this and watch what they do with this. This is going to be pretty cool. There has been a continued growth of 10 to 20% month over month for subgraphs and developers in the space. Semiotic will be using the grant to grow a dedicated R&D team to conduct core development work for the graph. Kind of like, not like what I'd be doing with Defendi. What I would be doing with Defendi is creating a community and building the community and awareness about Defendi, the price, all of that. I just have a huge plan, but they are actually doing a lot for developers, and that is something I will be doing videos for developers as well. What they can, develop on the internet computer blockchain, the Defendi blockchain. Once was internet computer. But yeah, so that's a pretty cool project. But this is awesome. A $60 million grant to, over the next 8 years, for the Graph Foundation. They gave to Semiotic AI, which is an artificial intelligence company and cryptography company. So the foundation's grants are determined based on the roadmap, team size, and resources needed to achieve preset goals. Eva Balin, director of the Graph, said in an interview with Blockworks. Wow, a lot of these females are in the high-level positions in these. I like to see that. The graph is an indexing layer for Web3 and blockchain data and uses subgraphs, which are open APIs that use the programming language GraphQL. So these subgraphs retrieve blockchain data secured through a decentralized network, which means decentralized applications, or dApps, can be permissionless with open APIs instead of relying on single servers. It supports indexing data from 25 different networks, including Ethereum, and its layer 2 networks Arbitrum and Optimism, Polygon, Avalanche, Near Protocol, CeeLo, and Phantom. Huge. Even if something happens to DeFi and DeFi goes down, the graph is still needed for Web3. It is still needed for all of these things. This is why I invest in the graph. It has so much going for it that it isn't even really released to the general public, all of the cool stuff that it has going on. And now this grant is bringing light to that area and those areas of the graph. We normally look at the price, but let's delve deeper into these projects. I wish they would do a community awards grant for the graph like they did with ICP. With Internet Computer Price. That would be awesome to help get the word about the graph. I've actually been reporting about the graph ever since I started doing videos. Basically, probably one of my third or fourth videos I ever did was probably about the graph, because I've been holding it my whole journey. It's my favorite crypto besides Bitcoin. So it has all of these layer 2 networks that it's, dealing with, and then layer 1s, and then web 3. So this is just, it's going to be needed because of how the subgraphs and how it uses this, the GraphQL, the GraphQL language. So this subgraphing and indexing is something that only the graph does. No other crypto that I know of does anything similar to this. And it's connected with all these other cryptos. So it meets the need. I guess another crypto could do it as well, but the need has been met by the graph. So this is really good crypto news. This is why, I'm making this video not about a certain crypto, but just cryptocurrency news in general, because I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and there's so much adoption and work on these projects and these protocols that are, happening every day, that I don't think they would be moving along as fast right now if this was the end of the bull market. You would see a lot of projects probably wrapping up and, just coming to an end. No, we're just getting started, guys. So I don't think it's the end of the bull market right now. I don't think we're going down to those $30,000 levels. Now, if we do, I will concede and I will admit that I was wrong. But for right now, we are not, and the news is looking good. If you look past the FUD and actually look at what's really going on in crypto right now, things are actually looking pretty good. So these subgraphs, we already did that. So oftentimes, developers would have built their own in-house databases each time a new dApp is created, which is time-consuming, costly, and centralized. If you want decentralized, you use the subgraphs and the language, right? So Sam Green, co-founder of CTO of Semiotic said to Blockworks, these databases act like walled gardens that can't be accessed by third parties, creating multiple redundancies that aren't necessary. Semiotic is a software startup that builds autonomous decision-making agents for decentralized markets. Semiotic will be using the grant to grow a dedicated R&D team that will be committed full-time to the graph and its ecosystem as a core protocol developer during the time frame, Balin said. There have been continued growth of 10% to 20% month over month for subgraphs and developers in the space, she said. So this is huge. Is that her? That is her. Hey, good job, lady. So shout out my favorite cryptos. This is the lady behind my favorite crypto. At least she's the director. So props. You get a Bitcoin Renegade salute. I guess that's our salute. So good job. That would be cool to have her on the channel, man. Just picking her mind about the graph, how she became where she did. That would be cool. In the future, I'm going to be big enough to have all these people on my channel. Just be like, hey, put in a call. Bam. And then we have Eva Balin. She'd be like, yeah, next week. Boop. Oh, we got her. We got her on the channel next week. One of these days we'll be that big. Now, for now, we report on the news and make good trades while we wait. So now let's go back and see if there's any other good news. Nothing really. What is Ethereum? Bitcoin hash rate approaches full recovery from China crackdown. See, at the same time that they're telling us all this China FUD, and they're telling us basically they're completely out of China now. And everything's recovering from what happened during all the China FUD. But yet, at the top of the market, China FUD. What the heck, dude? Come on, China, leave us alone, dude. You're already out. Man, have you guys heard what's going on down in Miami? Um, People are getting paid in crypto now. A lot of, not just in Miami, but everywhere. A lot of the people that work for the city of Miami, I've heard are getting paid in Bitcoin. I've heard of some football players getting paid in Bitcoin. I've heard of baseball players being paid in Bitcoin. What else? I think a swimmer was paid in Bitcoin. Like everybody's rather have their money in Bitcoin right now. It's easy to buy and sell. It's liquid easily. Well, it's not liquid, but it can be turned liquid easily. At any minute, it can be turned liquid, and you can sell it basically anywhere at any time and turn it into any other kind of money or any other crypto. It is basically a third party to buy another crypto too. So say if a new crypto comes out and it only trades for Bitcoin, the only way you can buy it is with Bitcoin. Well, you'd have to buy Bitcoin on an exchange and then go over to the place and then buy the crypto with Bitcoin. So it has more than one function. It has, hedge against inflation. It has leverage trading. It has just regular hodling. It has long-term hodling. It has day trading. There's so many different layers when it comes to crypto, not just Bitcoin, but all cryptos. The graph, all of them, they all have leverage trading. They all have projects being built on them. That's the only thing about Bitcoin. There's not enough projects being built on Bitcoin. Why is that? Well, Bitcoin needs to integrate into DeFi in order to have smart contracts enabled on Bitcoin. And that is what the internet computer is aiming to do as one of their core projects, is integrate Bitcoin with smart contracts, and therefore you can build on Bitcoin. Now, can you build a token on Bitcoin? I know you can on Ethereum, but technically, if we get smart contracts on Bitcoin, doesn't that mean you could create a coin on the Bitcoin blockchain? Now, I might be wrong about this, but that is my creative mind. Like, whoa, maybe you can can you build NFTs on Bitcoin if you have smart contracts? Can you build tokens and other, stuff like layer 2s on Bitcoin? They already have the Lightning Network, so some of that stuff, and then Taproot, but those were upgrades to the network. So what would you need to build a token on there? Just smart contracts, right? So if Internet Computer brings smart contracts to Bitcoin, you could create your own token on the Bitcoin blockchain that would actually, if you sent it, you would have to pay transaction fees in Bitcoin, a lot like you would like an Ethereum token. You pay transaction fees in Ethereum. Sometimes you can pay the transaction fees in that crypto, but most of the time, if it's an Ethereum token, you have to pay Ethereum gas fees on the Ethereum blockchain. So I'm talking about a token that you'd have on the Bitcoin blockchain where you would have to pay Bitcoin gas fees. Wouldn't that be a trip? I don't know how far we are away from that or if it's already possible. So those are the things we're going to look into later on in the channel as we go more into DeFi and we go more into the rabbit hole of smart contracts and canister smart contracts and a lot of the other cool things that are going on, not just in crypto, not just in IC, not just in internet computer price or DeFi, but all crypto wide. We look at crypto from all aspects of it. That is why we win. Now, if you just look at TA, you can win some of the time. If you just look at the news, you can win some of the time. If you just look at this or that. But when you combine them all together, you get an overall picture of the entire market. And that's where I give you guys my advice. You say, well, you're just using line charts and stuff. And well, no, I'm using line charts. I'm using TA. I'm using news. I'm using market sentiment. I'm using everything that is at my disposal. Moving averages, all of that. On-chain data. Market sentiment. Let's go look at the fear and greed index. Crypto. Hold on.
Here is some information for Greed and Fear Index Crypto. According to Yahoo Finance, the alternative.me.
No, I don't want the. Wait, is that Twitter? Here we go. So right now it is extreme fear. So this is one on-chain, market thing that we use. But we wouldn't just say, okay, extreme fear, I'm going to sell all my Bitcoin right now because it's extreme fear. Well, that would be stupid because there's so much else going on right now that would say, okay, yeah, it's extreme fear, but we're actually going to recover from this. It's getting worse. It was yesterday only 29, and we were actually recovering. But if you look at the day before, it was probably pretty low. And the other day when we had the big crash, I think it was lower than this. So just because we're at 24 today, we'll recover from that. We're only at 48,000 now, guys. Look, it isn't like we dumped all the way down to like 42,000. Yeah, we did go to 47,500, which is a little bit worrisome. We don't want to break this $48,000 level. It's a pretty high level of support right here. But if we do, and we have at least caught down here at 47, and hopefully we're on our way back up, and this will just be a temporary stop. As you see, we are getting higher highs and higher lows. Not a higher high from this yet, but we do have a higher low from here. And we could possibly get a higher high after that. So I think the market is not looking that bad right now. And I think Wisdom Tree amends its Bitcoin ETF application. There is just a lot of good stuff, like the MicroStrategy buying the dip. They bought a lot more crypto. Things are just looking amazing right now. I guarantee that MicroStrategy would not be buying if he thought that it was going down to 30K right now. He would have waited and bought even more at 30K. So I just don't think that we're at the end right now, and I don't think we're in a bear market or going to see a prolonged decrease in price. I think that we are actually on our way back up from this dump, and we are just, having volatility on the way. We are actually still kind of doing okay. We're staying on above these low resistance or support levels. I mean, we're staying above these support levels, and it draws kind of a straight line like this. And I think we can recover. I think we will recover. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And we're only at the 9th right now. So I think even in a week, we are going to be back to $60,000, I believe. We're gonna blast right through 50s. I think by December 17th, we're gonna see a $60,000 Bitcoin again. That is just my prediction. I really hope that comes true. I will admit if I'm wrong if it drops, but I'm giving you the hope right now that I think we're gonna go higher. I think compared to the past, we are ready for a big blast off, and it's gonna come very soon. These are big fat fake out shakeouts, and we're going to end up breaking out, and we're going to have a nice run. So you guys buckle up, get ready. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, common sense. All right, that being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!